Einen schönen guten Abend und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Connected Live. Mein Name ist Elisa Götte
Hello
und
and
ich freue mich
welcome
sehr,
to a
dass Sie
new
auch heute Abend
episode
wieder
of
dabei sind.
Connected Live.
Wir haben ein spannendes Thema
My name is
mitgebracht und
Elisa
dafür habe
Goette
ich heute
and
auch
I'm pleased to
besondere
welcome
Gäste.
you today.
Unser Thema, das
Our
Lohnunternehmen von
topic
morgen.
today is all
Und
about the
dazu haben wir zu
contractor from
Gast
tomorrow,
einmal Herrn
and our
Dr.
guests
Hartmut
are
Matthes vom Bundesverband
Dr.
Lohnunternehmen. Ich
Hartmut
freue mich, dass Sie
Matthes
da sind.
from the Professional
Dann
Association for
Katharina Lingemann
Contractors,
von
Katharina
B&L,
Lingemann
Dienstleistungs
from
GmbH in
Lingemann
Osnabrück.
Contracting, and a
Und
colleague
mein
of
Kollege
mine,
Christian
Christian
Holt
Holt,
ist im
working in the
Produktmarketing,
product
zuletzt
marketing
auch noch beim
department here at Krone.
Büro und Vertrieb
He
groß
was
geworden.
also
Von
born into a
daher habe
contractor's
ich hier zwei
family.
kompetente Partner, die wissen, worum es
So
geht.
no doubt I definitely
Ja, die
have three very
Landwirtschaft oder die
competent
Landwirte
people
stehen
here
vor
with me
immer
today.
größeren Herausforderungen und das betrifft
Agricultural
nicht nur
businesses are put up
Rahmenbedingungen wie
against
die
ever greater
Energiepreise,
challenges,
aber auch
such
den
as political
Klimawandel,
decisions around
viele
energy
Faktoren,
prices,
die dem
but
Wandel
also
zusätzlich
factors like climate change,
und damit einher
meaning
müssen sich
contractors
natürlich auch
need
die
to constantly
Lohnunternehmer
adjust
immer
to
wieder
keep with
neu
the times.
anpassen. Was beschäftigt daher gerade den Agrarsektor, speziell die Lohnunternehmer?
What's the main concern for
Die
contractors?
Lohnunternehmer sehen, dass die Landwirtschaft, wie schon gerade ausgeführt, sich ständig verändert.
The
Ständig
agricultural
wandelt.
sector is
Diese
in a
Wandel hört auch
constantly
nicht auf.
changing state,
Und wir
with
sehen
no
auch,
end
dass
in
die
sight.
weniger
The decreasing of smaller
Betriebe, die
businesses
größeren
causes already
Betriebseinheiten
larger
dazu führen,
businesses to
dass diese
expand
Betriebe
and become more
professioneller
professional.
werden. Und diesen
Contractors are
professionellen
constantly
Ansprüchen müssen wir uns
challenged
als
to meet the
Dienstleister
high
stellen
standards
und
and to offer a
versuchen
professional
auch ein
service portfolio.
professionelles Dienstleistungsangebot zu offerieren.
Katharina, wie sieht das bei euch aus? Vor den Türen Osnabrück.
Katharina, your business is situated near Osnabrück in the southern part of Lower Saxony. What kind of changes have you noticed?
Früher sind wir zum Dreschen rausgefahren, wurden angerufen.
Well, back in the day, we were called up and the customer would ask us to come out and harvest. Today, we offer a whole service chain, from combine harvesting, transport of harvest, straw collection, and prep work. We don't just offer the one service anymore, but rather a whole service chain.
Sie sagten das schon mal so schön, Trecker fahren kann jeder.
Genau, Trecker fahren kann
You
jeder.
mentioned
Und ich
that
glaube, wenn
anyone
wir
can drive a
professioneller
tractor.
sein wollen, auch sein müssen,
Yes,
müssen
anyone
wir
can drive a
darüber
tractor.
nachdenken, nicht
If we want to be
bisher
more professional,
maschinennahe
we need to
Arbeitserledigung
expand our
anzubieten,
thinking
sondern auch
outside of
stärker
only
die
offering
Maschinen-
machine-based
und
services,
managementnahen
but
Dienstleistungen
management
zu bieten.
service as well.
Wie sieht das denn aktuell auf den Betrieben, also auf den landwirtschaftlichen Betrieben aus?
What's the current situation on agricultural farming
Größer, aber
businesses?
weniger, investieren
They're
die
becoming
auch
less,
mehr in
but
Management? Wie
growing
ist
in
da,
size and
das
investing
Thema,
more in
der
management.
Eigenmechanismus?
Do they
Also
operate
wie,
themselves with their
Katharina,
own
muss man sich
machines,
da stellen?
or are they more set on using
Sind die
contractors who offer
eigenmechanisiert
full
oder
service?
könnt ihr das tatsächlich als Full Service oder euer Dienstleistungsangebot entsprechend erweitern und anbieten?
Die Zeit, die der Kunde jetzt im Stall mehr verbringen muss, wird oftmals durch den Lohnunternehmer
The
aufgefangen.
increased time a farmer has to spend operating his business these days is compensated by the contractor.
Machen auch so gar
The
keinen
needed
Sinn,
agricultural
weil es
machines would be
viel
far too expensive for an
interessanter ist,
individual
den
farmer to
Kunden
buy.
beim Lohnunternehmer
Also, the
anzufragen,
farmer is
weil
much
er
better served using
Know-how
contractors who bring in
auf den
experience
Maschinen
and
weiß, wie
know-how,
sie
as
funktionieren,
well as the
setzt sich damit
necessary
wahrscheinlich auch ein
machinery.
ganzes Stück weit mehr
The
auseinander,
contractor will
wie
also have
der
a much better
Einzelkunde
understanding
das
of how the
kurz
machines
vor
work
Beginn seiner
and how they're
Tätigkeit
best
macht.
used for a
Sei
job.
es der Ladewagen oder die Rundballenpresse, die
A
Quaderballenpresse
contractor is
etc.
specialized in using the technology he has to hand year round, meaning they're able to work more efficiently and can offer an ease of the workload for a farmer.
Dem Kunden damit eine Arbeitserleichterung auch aufbürden können, im Gegensatz zur Eigenmechanisierung.
Christian, wie ist das denn bei uns jetzt auf unserer Herstellerseite? Die eine Maschine, die auf jeden
Christian,
passt,
what's it like
die gibt es ja gar
from the
nicht. Wie
manufacturer's
sieht
point
denn
of
die
view?
Anpassung auf
The
unserer
one
Seite
machine
aus?
that works for everyone doesn't exist, right? What needs to happen on our side? That is a very important point. The changes in the contracted businesses are definitely being felt on the manufacturer side as well for many years now. Therefore, it's vital we stay in communication to our customers and take note what current changes are happening, what challenges and form of political decisions, etc. are present, in order to choose the most fitting machines from our portfolio, which is customized to best suit the needs and requirements of the customer.
Mit unserem Kunden die richtige Maschine aus dem Portfolio festzulegen. Nee, nicht, wie man so schön sagt, von der Stange, sondern wirklich eine Maschine zugeschnitten auf die Anforderungen des jeweiligen Betriebes. Und da haben wir immer wieder festgestellt, dass Dinge wichtig sind der Prozessbetrachtung. sei es zum Beispiel die Strohbergung, was Katharina gerade
It's
schon mal
also
angesprochen
very
hat,
important to analyze the
dass man
whole
da
process.
nicht das Stroh
Taking the
und
harvest of
Pressen
straw,
an sich
for
betrachtet,
example,
sondern den ganzen
we
Prozess
don't just look at the
und da
baling of straw
Optimierung
itself, but the
mit
whole
entwickeln,
process
sei es zum
revolving
Beispiel beim
around it,
Sammelwagen, der
in
die
order to
Logistik einfach
optimize
vereinfacht,
where possible and to engineer improvements, such as the bale collect for our big pack, to reduce logistic times or higher baling densities to reduce needed storage space, or to improve the profitability of the contractor and more importantly the end customer.
Gerade von Mehrwert, da sind wir bei einem interessanten Thema angekommen.
I would just mention the added customer value. Contractors need to become somewhat unique and able to market their abilities. What are the chances that come of that?
Ich glaube, eine Antwort auf eine Herausforderung, der professionellere Kunde, hat der Christian Holt fast schon gerade eben gegeben.
Christian has almost given an answer to that question on what demands a more professional customer has. He's already mentioned the machinery and communication with the customer, which is something we as contractors need to learn. We need to communicate with our customers. A contractor should only buy new machinery once he knows his customer understands how the new technology will benefit them, how it will ease their workload. Next point is the operational planning. It's important that our contractor doesn't just wait for the farmer to call, but rather to plan all field operations together with him.
Stichwort Neukundenakquise. Wie sieht das, Katharina, aus? War das vor 10 Jahren?
Katharina, what has changed over the course of the past 10 years in terms of acquiring new customers? 10 years ago, one would simply communicate with the customer and make them aware of your offered services. Today we market ourselves with new services. We aim for competitive advantages, using new technologies such as complex sensoring, field-specific applications, and field-specific harvesting. These are all topics which will occupy us in the future, and we also use to acquire new customers. Because that's where we are the experts, and we have the know-how. It saves the customer from having to specialize in that field. Instead, he can hire us to do the job. In other words, you accept the strategic risks and carry out preliminary work. What systems and form of digitalization offer you added value?
Gerade jetzt in dieses digitale Thema. Was sind da aktuell für Systeme, die euch tatsächlich auch einen Mehrwert bieten?
The field-specific spreading and seeding will, in my opinion, win a great amount of attention in the future. The application of NIRS sensors for manure spreaders will see increase in demand, and the ever-increasing rent areas and the changes to agriculture as a whole means we will heavily rely on telematic systems in the near future.
Telemetrie, die angeboten werden von verschiedenen Herstellern, werden für den Kunden immer wichtiger. Natürlich gibt es auch die Kunden, die das nicht benötigen.
Telematics has become more and more important to our customers as well. Of course, there are customers who the telematic systems don't really offer any benefits. However, in my opinion, the telematic data processing offers a very valuable information to our customers, and it's information we can give them as a tool to work with after the harvest, which he can use to optimize his operation for the next season.
Der Landwirt als Unternehmer sich Gedanken macht über das nächste Jahr.
Wie bewerten Sie diese automatisierten Systeme oder was muss da noch?
How do you grade the current automated systems? What is, in your opinion, needed to be improved on, and what is still missing?
Die Ansätze sind da, aber wir sind noch nicht dort angekommen, wo wir eigentlich hinkommen müssen.
The current approach is there, however, we are not at the point we need to be. We're currently in a machinery factory, and when machines are produced in the production lines, we speak of production processes in production processes affected in the agricultural sector as well. The farmer produces produce as his product. He has suppliers who supply him fertilizer or seeds, and he also has customers to satisfy, such as the processors, the food retail, and the consumer.
So, und das Ganze ist eine Wertschöpfungskette. Und diese Wertschöpfungskette,
the value chain has to be analyzed for its quality, cost, and time. The contractors has to fit in and deliver his part into the value chain.
Zeit ist dann auch Leistung. Und das bedeutet, dass ich als Lohnunternehmer reinpassen muss in diese gesamte Wertschöpfungskette und natürlich meinen Beitrag zu dieser Kette liefern muss. Denn am Ende, und das haben wir schon gehört, Daten...
And as mentioned earlier, data gathering is a very important point, from the beginning to the customer's plate. Data about products in the supermarkets are traced back more and more, all the way back to the origin of the farmer. Agricultural businesses don't just produce raw produce, but data as well.
Und nicht nur Ernteprodukte liefern, sondern eben halt auch Daten liefern, kommt da auf uns eine Aufgabe zu. Und deswegen, was ich vorhin gesagt habe, auch Treckerfahren war gestern, der Lohnunternehmer von morgen.
And that's why I said that anyone can just drive a tractor, because no contractor from tomorrow can avoid the whole data gathering telematics topic anymore. Christian, what tools does Krone offer the contractors from tomorrow? What do we have on offer? The demands Katharina and Dr. Matthes have addressed are clear. To expand in the service provider segment must be kept a priority. Krone's systems start off with the basic solutions. Krone Telematics, where the customer can view live machine data. He can check on the position, type of machine in use, and also the material being harvested, as well as all the data concerning the content, such as moisture and other substances.
Das zum einen, sage ich mal, aus der Krone-Sicht. Allerdings sind dort natürlich diese ganzheitliche Sicht, diese Prozessbetrachtung.
It's also important to keep in mind the entire processing chain that Dr. Matthes mentioned earlier, because that's where a variety of different operations are addressed. Not just the harvest, but all the other service offered in the service provider segment as well, such as the ground cultivation, fertilizing and seeding, as well as plant conservation.
Und da gibt's die große Herausforderung, diese Schnittstellen miteinander zu verbinden.
The challenge here is to combine all these interfaces with another. Krone offers its own systems as well as being a part of the DKE, the Agri-Router, which we featured in one of our Connected Live episodes last year.
Thematisiert haben in der Connected Live Folge. Und da geht es einfach darum, diese Schnittstellen prozessübergreifend miteinander sprechen zu lassen.
The Agri-Router aim is to allow communication over all interfaces and processes. This allows data from a harvest, for example, to be used to carry out the next fertilizer run or seeding operation, but also to use data from autonomous operations such as area-specific fertilizing.
Nutzt die Daten und kann teilflächenspezifisch ausbringen oder die Maistrille, so wie Katharina schon mal gesagt hat, macht eine teilflächenspezifische Aussaat. Diese Herausforderung ist allerdings, diese Schnittstellen alle miteinander sprechen zu lassen.
The main challenge is for all interfaces to communicate with another, and that's something Krone together with DKE want to continue in order to supply a powerful tool to our contractors. Katharina, as you as a service provider, how far is the data telematic tool already, and how does the collected data help you and your customer?
Also uns nutzt das soweit als Unternehmer darauf hin, dass wir sehen, wie setzen wir die Maschine ein, können wir
The data helps us as a service provider to analyze our machine usage. We are able to determine our efficiency and how effective we're operating.
Er weiß genau, am Ende des Tages
The customer can also use the data to improve and optimize his business by determining factors he can improve on, such as harvest times during difficult weather conditions.
Das ist immer nicht ganz einfach, da haben es andere Branchen etwas leichter, aber bei uns ist das natürlich eine Herausforderung und eine Chance, keiner hat so einen tollen Job wie wir. Und die Daten am Ende
For us,
des
there's a
Tages
challenge
sind
and a
natürlich auch
chance
nur
of
ein
both.
Hilfsmittel, ein Werkzeug,
The gather
die
data
der
as a
neue
tool,
Schlepper, der gerade
just like the new
rausgekommen ist,
tractor that's
oder
just come
keine
out
alte
to
Maschine,
make our life
uns
out on the
einfach
field
das
a bit
Leben
easier.
auf dem Acker einfacher zu machen.
Herr Dr. Matthes, wie sehen Sie das? Die digitalen Lösungen, sind die ein Fluch oder ein Segen?
Dr. Matthes, are the digital solutions a blessing or unnecessary in your opinion?
Sind sie auch ein Risiko und ein Fluch?
That depends on how the user implements them. The digitalization needs to help us, not the other way around. In practice, there are a lot of digital solutions in place that haven't quite made it yet.
Noch nicht in der Praxis angekommen sind. Persönlich glaube ich, dass die Digitalisierung ein hohes Potenzial hat, uns professioneller zu machen.
Digitalization, in my opinion, has a huge potential to make us more professional and to ensure more sustainable agriculture. The very last step, the point where the end user actually implements the digital solutions, seems to be less than ideal. It's come to my attention that the people who use these systems are still a little overstrained with them. The first problem arises when we use a variety of different manufacturers. Especially in Europe, a business generally uses a wide range of different brands. Digital solutions currently don't work that great when they're being used across different manufacturers.
Gehe ich in die Werkstatt und frage dort. Treffe aber auch auf Leute, die manchmal ratlos
When going to the next egg service center, the user often finds that the staff are not really coping either. The service staff will then contact the manufacturer who will try and solve the problem, but struggle also. It's not an attack from me on the manufacturers, but we just aren't as digitally competent as we'd like. The user doesn't need to be very digitally competent, but the manufacturer needs to have the expertise and knowledge to supply a system that is intuitive and more user-friendly. For example, the manufacturers that have developed operator terminals, they've all managed to produce intuitive terminals, but now 5 different manufacturers have come up with their own operator terminal systems, which are all different from another. The challenges our contractors and operators have when they need to operate a variety of different machinery. Second problem is the user manuals. User manuals are often unclear and hard to read. They are more often not written by passionate engineers who develop the system. Furthermore, the DKE AgriRouter, the industrial sector is working on solutions enabling us to exchange data independent of the manufacturer. I think we are on the right way, but we're just not quite there yet.
Aber auch mutmachende Beispiele, dass wir auf einem richtigen Weg sind, aber auf der letzten Meile, wir sind noch nicht angekommen. Und das Dritte, das ist natürlich eine Situation, die uns auch alle betrifft, das ist das Thema Fachkräfte.
Third of all, something that affects us all is skilled labour. There's a shortage of skilled labour, and the skilled workers need to keep up with the changes and adapt to new technology. This affects not only the user but also the service staff, for example. It only takes a software update to change the systems we know to a system we need to get used to.
Das Gespräch Dialog nochmal wieder aufzunehmen, auch enger zusammenarbeiten.
It's important for the manufacturer to communicate with the end user, to create a close working relationship, to allow the user to use the system as efficiently as possible. If we achieve all that, we'll be invincible on the market. Christian, what does Krone do to support our customers best as possible? I can only agree, our products are becoming more complex. We supply more and more features, especially in the direction of digitalization. These features are complex and something that's obvious. That's why we stand in close contact to our sales partner and our end users, as well as our contractors, farmers and our operators. This helps us transmit our knowledge best as possible. We achieve this through our own training centre here in Spelle, where we can train our service partners as well as the operators.
arbeiten, mit den Maschinen zu arbeiten. Genauso die Anwender werden geschult. Des Weiteren haben wir verschiedene.
Furthermore, we have established support bases all around Germany and in our export countries to offer the necessary training in order to ensure the best possible performance out on the field.
Katharina, wie klappt das tatsächlich zu Hause bei euch auf dem Betrieb?
Katharina, what's it like for you and your drivers? How do they cope using the system? And what, in your opinion, needs to be improved?
Wie gut klappt das? Wie offen sind eure Mitarbeiter? Und was sagst du aus eigener Erfahrung, was da noch passieren muss?
Also wir sind ja eine technikbegeisterte Branche, so kann man das ja sehen.
We as contractors have huge interest in technology. Our employees are highly motivated to use and apply all features the manufacturer offers. It's always a bit of a struggle at the beginning, but as a whole, these systems are well designed and user-oriented. New systems attract a lot of positive attention in our businesses from our employees as well.
Gute Systeme, die gut anwendbar sind und unsere Mitarbeiter haben da auch Spaß dran. Also bei uns ist das wirklich immer, wenn etwas Neues kommt, dass auch
Our employees come to us on their own and want to learn all about the new system, and everyone wants to be the first to get to use it out in the field, no matter if it's a digital solution or a machine-based feature.
Maschinelle Lösung an der Maschine.
Sind denn diese digitalen Lösungen nur was für die Großmaschinen oder auch schon
Are the digital solutions something that's only used on larger or also the smaller machines?
Einfache Maschine immer noch. Die wird's auch in den nächsten Jahren
That's difficult to answer. The simple small machines are still around and will be for a long time to come. A plow will always be a plow. It's big and heavy and it just works. Nothing special about it. It just needs to do its job. There will always be a place for non-technical machines that will still be in use 60 years from now.
Einfach einsehen und das wird auch mehr werden. Aber komplett verlieren werden wir den Flug am Ende des Tages nicht, weil es gibt einfach Standorte, wo wir gar nicht anders arbeiten können und das auch in 50 Jahren nicht machen werden, sodass meine Kinder noch sagen, da müssen wir hin zu Flügen.
Und wie ist das mit deinen Kunden?
What about your customers? How do they respond to the changes in technology?
Oder wie ist da die Zugänglichkeit?
Also wir bewerben die Produkte natürlich, das darf man nicht vergessen. Wir machen sie über
We do of course market our service based on the machinery we use and what we can offer with them. We use social media and we also talk. We talk to our customers about the advantages and our machines, the digitalization offers. Some customers approach everything very optimistically, others are a little more skeptical and often wait a year or two before coming on board, but so far we've made good choices about what trends to follow.
Aber dann ist ja sozusagen, wenn ich das jetzt raushöre, das Zauberwort Kommunikation mit dem Kunden. Wenn ich an das
The magic word is definitely communication, as Dr. Matthes mentioned earlier. It's also important for the manufacturer to communicate as best as possible in order to find out what the customer requires and demands from us as manufacturers. Christian, what do you think? What's our role as a manufacturer in all this?
Ja, Christian, was sagst du? Was ist unsere Rolle als Hersteller?
Ja, also im Großen und Ganzen habe ich die verschiedenen Punkte mitgenommen und am Ende ist es auch das, was wir...
I've noted everything that we just spoken about, and it basically mirrors what we've noticed time and time again. We can only achieve our goals if we work together with our customers. It's always a little easier said than done because changes come about quicker than ever.
Sind wir auf einem guten Weg, dort passende Lösungen anzubieten?
In my opinion, we are on a successful path to offering a fitting solution. In practice, we frequently notice that the so-called island solutions don't work out on the field. We need a universal interface to allow for open data transfer.
Kommunikation mit unseren Endkunden, Landwirt, Lohnunternehmer, sehr wichtig, aber am Ende auch branchenweit in der Landtechnik.
Not only is the communication between us and our customers very important, but also the communication between us and other manufacturers. in order to meet the demands of the service chain and also the use of digitalization as a chance to make life out on the field just a bit easier.
Und die passenden Werkzeuge zu liefern, die viele Herausforderungen aus
We need to use digitalization as a tool to overcome challenges resulting out of multiple factors.
beheben sind oder sie einfacher zu nutzen.
Also es ist wirklich ein komplexes, weitreichendes Thema.
It's definitely a very complex and fast-spread topic. I really hope we can make this happen together, because our goal as a manufacturer, contractor or farmer is the same. We just want the best for our customer.
Alle nur das Gleiche, das Beste für den Kunden. Ja, ich denke, wir sind damit am Ende der Sendung angekommen. Wirklich ein weitreichendes Thema.
Well, that's brought us to the end of this week's episode. Certainly a very complex topic, but we hope you're able to take home some useful information.
Heute wieder ein Gewinnspiel für euch vorbereitet. Ihr kennt das Spiel. Mit dem Handy einfach.
That brings us on to our weekly giveaway. Simply scan the QR code on the screen, answer the question correctly, and you'll be in to win a Connected polo shirt, hoodie, and t-shirt, which is from our brand new Connect Live collection.
Und ja, wir sind am Ende und ich möchte mich natürlich auch bei Ihnen recht herzlich bedanken.
And a little gift for our guests as well, a Connected coffee cup and a Krone power bank. Krone is always very solution oriented and wants to help where they can.
Wir sind immer da. Wir sind lösungsorientiert und wollen helfen.
Ja, vielen Dank. Ich fand das heute Abend eigentlich sehr interessant und auch nochmal ganz wichtig.
Thank you very much from my side also. I think it's very important we as contractors to have the chance to talk to the farmers, manufacturers, service staff and other contractors to give an impulse on how we can work together even better in the future.
Ich glaube, ein Wort oder zwei, Kommunikation und Dialog war nochmal ganz wichtig. Und das ist ja nicht nur eine Frage
The
der
key
IT
term
oder
talked about was
miteinander,
communication,
sondern
not just in the form of data transfer, but more importantly between us humans. It's very important to keep that in mind.
Und das gilt es eben halt auch unseren eigenen Mitgliedern immer wieder deutlich zu machen. Wir bieten, sag ich mal, viele Möglichkeiten, Seminare an, Fachveranstaltungen.
We also offer workshops to all our members where we address the topic revolving around service provider marketing. What's my product, my service, how do I go about price calculations, where do I talk to my customer, how do I market myself, and what are my processes?
Wie gehen wir miteinander um? Denn letztendlich für Krone oder
However, people are still the most important aspect of it all. At the end of the day, the people are the ones who need to communicate and are responsible for it all to happen. They carry out all the business and everything depends on them.
Und dafür, das heute Abend nochmal als Impuls wiedergeben zu können, glaube ich, war das nochmal ganz wichtig. Danke nochmal.
Thank you very much for being our guest tonight. To summarize the end of the episode, we all want the same thing. We all want the best for our customers. We as Krone want to satisfy our contractors and farmers, and the farmer and contractor has his customers he wants to satisfy. We need to keep on communicating because only together we are able to achieve the best results. So thank you very much for joining us again today. That was it for this year. Stay safe and goodbye.